I'd like to greet all human beings all around the world with a universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter whether you're the richest or the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't even matter whether you are the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you're my family, friends, or my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't matter whether you like me, my YouTube videos, whether you give me criticism, thumbs up or thumbs down. Doesn't matter if you're light-skinned or dark-skinned. I greet all you all with the same universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. The day happened to be Sunday, May the 24th, 2020, the time of the vision, time for change, time for people to wake up. The time being about 9:15 p.m. 2020 has awakened a lot of people, especially in the black community. I look at my YouTube videos now, and I look at the criticism. I look at the cowards that make the criticism about my YouTube videos and about me. I look at the number of them is going down. It's going down so bad that they make 2 and 3 different mock fake YouTube channels to make it people think it's more than one person. I wanted y'all to look at this one here that I made yesterday. I made 2 videos yesterday. One of them was, this one here was the first one right here. Message 52320. People of color, each one reach/teach one. Stop the violence. Now, anybody that's a person of color, knowing the violence that's in our neighborhoods, knowing the violence that's in our communities against each other, knowing how other people of other race is gunning us down and killing us like animals, knowing how some, not all, law enforcement officials is killing us, saying that they was afraid, they thought we had a gun, they thought we had something in our hand. But all this here is saying, I know Memorial Day is coming up, and that's tomorrow. And during these holidays, it be a lot of black on black, Spanish on Spanish crimes. And all I was doing is saying, stop the violence. But let me show y'all something, how racist it is here in Charleston, Missouri. And it's not all people. How racist it is in Mississippi County, Charleston, Missouri, and not all people. Because yesterday, after I made this one, I made another one, a Bloom release for a young man that was shot and killed here in Charleston, Missouri a few weeks ago. And the same thing, it showed me that it's not a lot of people in Charleston, Missouri, like some of my critics say, that's laughing at me or hating me or dislike me. If it was, I wouldn't have been where I was yesterday making this Bloom release. I wouldn't be some of the other places that I be in Charleston, Missouri. But I want y'all to look at this individual. Now, look at the title. And now look at this comment that this individual made here. I want you to look at it real good. You see what he called himself? He or she? I called it a bona fide coward, either sellout black or a racist white. You see how many thumbs up they got? 1, and that's probably they self on one of their other mock YouTube channels. Now that video was 9 minutes and 55 seconds, I believe, and it was talking about not doing no violence in the black neighborhoods against each other. Look what this guy, Tony Montana, if he anything like the Tony Montana on the Mafia movie, we know 2 things about him. They shot his behind up real good and put him in the grave. Also, we know he wanted to have, if he didn't have sex with his own sister. But look at this comment. There's only 2 type of people to make a comment on a YouTube video when you talking about stopping the black on black violence. That is a sellout black who wanted to keep going or a white supremacist. Now, this what this person says about me on that particular YouTube video. He's a nut. Should have grown up and show you how illiterate he is. Just look at the spellings. I'm going to read out what it should be, but all y'all have to do is see what he put down. And we know all of my critics is illiterate. He's a nut. Should have grew up in Alabama in the 60s. Bet he'd been having a lot of fun back then running his big, dumb, smart mouth back then running his mouth about, we know that's supposed to be probably sheriff in all then. Now you see how illiterate they is. Most of the Klan and sellout blacks are illiterate. But you see this here? Now, when I voted for the special election, January the 29th, 2019, for the present sheriff now here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, I didn't get no type of things like this. I got some from blacks that was attacking me. But now this statement here tells you if I should have been back in the 60s. You know what they did in the 1960s? The Ku Klux Klan, sheriff and police did to 2 white civil rights leaders and 1 black civil rights leader. They escorted them out of town. They killed them and they buried them. That's what he's saying. So if he feels like this about me voting for Keith Moore for sheriff and voting against the present sheriff that I voted for last year, what do that tell you? I got a big smart mouth because I'm telling about the fact that my 2 juvenile children went to the sheriff's church, invited by the sheriff and his wife, and they was discriminated against by some white children, and I brought it to the sheriff's attention. The sheriff never addressed it with me and my children and taking them over there to find out what was wrong. When I voted for the sheriff in January 2019, 2 particular individuals in town came by my house harassing me, speaking about the sheriff name. The sheriff sent 3 blacks that's in his circle. Some of them is riding around with his name on their trucks. Told them to tell these 2 guys to stop using the sheriff name, but they didn't care. The sheriff didn't care about them study harassing me and my family. So what do that tell you? This got to be a white supremacist that say that I should have been back in Alabama in the 1960s. This is 2020. You see what I'm saying? When a sheriff come with a Ku Klux Klan uniform on, a judge or anybody else, black folks just woke up, gonna put them in the cemetery, man. We ain't gonna let y'all just hang us. Did you see what just happened in Georgia? The same person, Tony Montana, had a problem with them Black Panthers, and them other black brothers came with that military artillery. They asked military men and women. And this same individual, Tony Montana, had a problem with them going to Georgia to the McMichael's house and the guy Brian house, who shot down that young black brother like he was an animal. Tony Montana said, oh, the Navy SEALs can deal with them. But the Navy SEALs, you don't want the Navy SEALs on the Ku Klux Klan. See, he talking about eliminating them brothers because them brothers standing up. But them brothers going to be coming to Charleston, Missouri real soon. You go get the Navy SEALs or you go get your sheriff and act like it's the 60s. And we'll show you how it is in 2020. Tony Montana. Let's see how tough you is, boy or girl. Peace be still.